stream.
Reselling Raiders roll. Reselling Raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. From whatnot to eBay, we score the loot. Vintage finds in every pursuit. Tips to cash in, stories so grand. Reselling Raiders, rulers of the land. Reselling Raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. Tune in, hear the lore. Reselling Raiders, always more.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raiders of Reselling podcast, live from the hathouse. I'm hathouse, joined by Coach Porch and Fired Up Finds. Tonight we're going to deep dive into the rise of AI. It's going to be our main theme, and as always, we want to hear from you guys because that's where we got our main theme tonight. We got it from Oregon Coastal. Left us a message. Hey guys, would you talk about AI and some eBay problems that you've had? And we're gonna dig into that. Make sure you guys catch us. We are getting more and more downloads per day. We really appreciate that. Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, podcast. I try to do my best to upload it as soon as I can after the show. Sometimes it hits the podcast 2 or 3 days later than the live version. So if you can get in the live version, we want to hear you in the chat. So let's talk. But before we get to that, as always, we got a new sponsor this week.
We do. And I think you're going to find it to be very timely to your activities today. This episode is going to be brought to us by Big Al's Auto Sales, where the prices are low, the mileage is suspicious, and the warranties are printed on disappearing ink. Hey, are you looking for a gently used vehicle that definitely wasn't pulled out of a canal? Big Al's got you covered. Whether you need a work van that smells like ambition and regret, or a 208 sedan with 3 working windows and a stereo permanently stuck on the AM radio, Big Al delivers, usually. And don't forget to finance it. Big Al's, your credit score is just a number that we ignore. If you got a pulse and you can sign your name or make an X, you're approved. So swing by Big Al's Auto Sales, where every car has a story and none of them come with a Carfax. Big Al's Auto Sales. You get what you pay for and sometimes less. Disclaimer. Pulse not strictly required. All sales are final. Void where common sense is applied. Now back to the Raiders of Reselling. The only podcast where flipping junk might actually be more reliable than Big Al's transmissions.
Big Al, what a freaking beast, dude.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
That's what I had to
you-
do today.
Hey, I did hear a little birdie did say that Big Al is running a premium special. Any car on the lot, $299 per month, 285 months. I don't know if it gets better than that. So
That's
It's only $99 down.
yeah,
would-
only $99 down, dude. No
would
credit, bad credit, we're good.
I went to a
House
dealership
credit.
today. You could trade in a box fan. You took your old box fan, and if you brought a box fan in today, then you got $499 off or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we're looking for my oldest car. I think we found one. I'm gonna make the guy sweat it out a couple of days. And
What'd you look at?
This was a Ford Escape. It's gonna be his first car. He was looking a lot at the kind of the Ford, whether it's a not Escort, what was it, Focus or a Fusion, or really trying to stay in just a kind of a good starter car.
Oh
But
yeah.
this Escape was it was pretty nice. Had a little bit of mileage on it, but I think we can get in there and get it for him. I'm gonna lowball him first.
My wife had 2 or 3 of those, but but it's actually called Escapade.
Escapade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ford Escapade.
Is it French?
It is. It's French from the region of Ford in France.
I feel like that's an inside joke.
Well, it is. If my wife was on here, she'd be laughing her ass off.
Hey, we need
But
your wife in the
literally,
chat, dude.
yeah, literally, she's had 3 of those, and every one of them was better than the first one. So,
Well, good. This is like a 2018. It's got I watched a few YouTube videos where I went out car hunting and trying to find what the most reliable and the most expensive to fix and whatnot. And the Ford was on there as one of the more expensive ones that they've had to work on because of the Eco Boost or whatever that they have on there sometimes. But to get in our price range, I think we're gonna have to go that way though.
Yeah, them first cars are, and he's going to be on your insurance. I don't know how Oklahoma insurance is, but Florida insurance is pretty expensive.
I just switched insurance and by switching insurance, I kept it about the same price by adding him. But yeah, fun time.
Yeah.
So I'll update y'all next week if my low ball offer worked or not. Hopefully it does.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna need a video of your son doing a burnout in his first car, dude.
He's a pretty timid driver. He's I'm not gonna say he's a good driver, but he is not.
He's cautious.
He doesn't want to mess up. Yeah. He's cautious.
That's good. That's good. Him and Amanda would get along great. They could both go 45 miles an hour down the highway.
Right.
That's
why did you pick up the Tesla?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. We've had it for
driving that thing like crazy.
So all you gotta do is push the button.
Yeah.
And have you seen they are in Austin? They're rolling out the Tesla taxis.
Yeah.
And it's going really good too. I mean, Uber and all those ride sharing, Lyft and whatnot, that's all going away. 5 years, it's not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to anybody.
Dude, that'd be the best. I heard something, which I haven't watched any videos, but I heard something about they're wanting to get it to where Tesla owners we're at work or whatever, can just send our Tesla off to go be an
ride
Uber.
share.
Yeah, and just go make money while you're like at work or whatever. Which I'm like, I'm telling you right now, dude, they do that, dude, I'm gonna own a fleet.
You're gonna have 10 Teslas.
Yeah.
All out working for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot of. I did Turo. Y'all know what Turo is?
Yeah, that's where you rent out your car, right?
I rented out my car. I had 2 going at one time. I sent until one of them was rented, and then you guys know where Eagle Pass, Texas is? It's right on the border with Mexico. So that's where my Volkswagen Tiguan ended up, was Eagle Pass, Texas, after it hit a barbed wire fence, and everybody else fled the vehicle and ran to Mexico. So,
dude, you rented your car to a drug smuggling operation, dude.
Apparently, I'm sure it was. I don't know what. In case the
FBI is watching, I'm just gonna be on like super truthful right now. Steven did know he was definitely a part of it. Don't come after us.
Right. So
that's
the name on the app was Cholo. So
yeah, dude, that is insane, dude.
So I wouldn't recommend Turo. We made a little bit of money on it. I mean, I made money on the insurance a little bit because I got such a good deal on the car.
Yeah.
But it's too nerve wracking. It was trying to track when your car's going to be back, and when it didn't come back, and then 30 days to get my money back, and wondering if Turo was really going to take care of me after they.
That sounds ultra stressful, dude.
Yeah, this car was like 6 months old. I bought it new. I got a really good deal on it, and then I was
at Big Al's.
Yeah, at Big Al's. And then
he takes care of his people, dude.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to end up giving one of those cars after, like, that was like 2 or 3 years ago. I wanted it to do that, make a little money for 2 or 3 years, and then give it to my son. It was the thought at the time, but the drug smugglers had a different idea of what to do with that car.
That's
Whatever
always
they're
so funny.
whatever
That's
they're
always so
smuggling.
funny to me. I love
So,
that, dude. Did you guys have a good week, dude?
pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Haven't except having to buy a car or car shop,
Well,
which is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
What about
getting
you,
the
Rob?
coffee.
car shopping. I hate car shopping, but I do it all the damn time. If you ask my wife.
You gonna trade in the Jeep soon?
No, I'll keep that. I'll keep it. I do want
Dude,
to.
even after somebody hit it, dude.
Yeah, she's still a beast, man. You can hit that thing with a tank, and it's going to come out on top. But no, I want to get something because I don't really want to wear it out, you know. So
How far
What do you
is your drive from
it's
home to
52
work?
miles
One way or both ways?
one way.
Oh, dude, so it's 100 miles round trip?
Yeah.
Holy
So I'm gonna
shit.
give me something. I'm gonna give me something. See, and I also miss having a pickup truck. So I might buy me like a little pickup truck to drive back and forth.
My grandparents
Cool.
just got that it's like a little Ford. It's like a little hybrid or it's mostly electric or something like that.
The Maverick.
The Maverick, yeah. They picked that one up a couple months ago or whatever. That'd be a cool little
Yeah,
commuter truck or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into electric.
I'm going
Think of
one or
something
two
like-
routes.
Something like this.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
What are those like the little
It's-
like the Explorer trucks or whatever?
Yeah, it's like the best of both worlds. So I get the SUV part. My Explorer was my favorite vehicle ever. And then I get the truck part too.
I'm either going to go super cheap, something that costs basically nothing, and I don't care what happens to it, or I'm going to go the Tesla route. That's
basically what I do with every car. I go super cheap, and then I end up having it for like 10 years.
that's
do.
what-
I will
I
tell
do.
you the over just the couple of weeks that we've owned the Tesla, it is by far the greatest car I've ever driven. And I'm not like you guys should know this by now. I'm not like a super, like EV everything and for all these different reasons that people buy cars. I bought it because it's a sick car and it's insanely fast and it drives you literally anywhere you want with like basically minimal mistakes. It's made like one illegal U-turn so far, and the best one was where a car was coming. You can only make a right-hand turn out of this business. You can't go straight, you can't go left. And so the car was kind of like pulled up a little bit too far. So the Tesla, I guess, thought it was going to like do something other than the only right-hand turn that you can make. So it went between this car and the curb and like basically cut the guy off and made its own right-hand turn. And the guy looked at me like, "You're the biggest asshole ever." And I just wanted to be like, "Dude, it wasn't even me. I didn't even do it.
Right.
It was the car.
It was the car. Help me!
Yeah. I was
That's
like,
when you got to get on the window going, help! Help!
yeah, dude, I'm like, dude, I don't even know. But it's
So
other than
is
those
it true? Like, do you think like if everybody drove a Tesla or autopilot, would there
You'd have
be
no traffic or anything.
traffic?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure.
true?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Like, dude, they would all talk to each other. You wouldn't have people trying to speed up to not let you on the highway or slow way down to let 9 people on the highway. It would just be a zipper the whole time. Everything would be going at the same speed. Like it would, you probably wouldn't have people going 100 miles an hour, but you also wouldn't have grandma going 45 either. You know what I mean? So you would just be at a constant 75. I mean, at that rate, you can bump up the freaking speed limits to 85 probably and just have everybody going 85, like, yeah. No, I don't want everybody to do that because I like driving it too. It's a fun car just to actually drive. But like, yeah, I'm not one of the like our AI deals. I'm not one of the scared people of the AI, I'm just like,
Right.
dude, probably gonna make shit better. So
All right. So
All
two
right.
things. Two things.
Okay.
Brandon, yes, we knew that. And thank you for calling him out. And DA, that was a hell of a nice vehicle. Those little Celica GTs were bad. And
This guy is writing in the chat. That's the funniest thing of all time. That's so hilarious, dude.
Brandon says Mike is a tree hugger. Didn't you know? There you go. All right. So eBay struggles. Let's move into this because our guy Oregon Coastal. This is kind of what he wanted us to talk about tonight. He said next week, could y'all talk about the struggles you've had, particularly with eBay, current listing goals, where you think eBay will be in the next 2 years with the rise of AI. So we want to hit first the eBay struggle is, and the most frustrating thing about eBay to me is there's a governor. There is a governor on eBay. It doesn't matter. During the day, there's a point where if you have too many sales, you're not getting any more. It just does. It happens. And whether I don't know how the algorithm exactly figures it out, how many sales you can have for your account, but it is on there. I've just seen it way too many times where you start off like a day having like 3 or 4, 10 sales in the morning, and then it won't do anything until it just like shuts off. So that's probably my biggest struggle with eBay is just knowing that there's a governor. I'm going to be able to have like incremental increases, but it's not going to be, for me now, it's not going to be anything where it's just like an amazing month, or unless I guess if I had a bunch of really good items, but eBay is going to keep me on this same kind of track, and it's always going to be governed. I don't know how else to put it. See,
I don't like you saying that. So
you feel like they're cycling you out of the top areas and pushing more sellers above you because they want to even out the sales across the platform.
They definitely want to even out the sales. They want to give newer sellers
they want everybody to be happy.
Yeah. They're trying to make everyone happy. And then of course, if you pay for more promoted listings, I think basically it just gives you a little more time at the top. And that's probably the most aggravating thing. And that's why I've done a lot more cross listing lately. And I think that helps a little bit. Instead of where you sold 25 items, maybe you have an extra 3 or 4 or 5, and that's where you can kind of trick eBay and get some sales on some other platforms.
Okay, well, now that you brought that up, you this is a new venture with you in this cross listing app that you're doing. So you had a graph that showed you some information you found interesting where you were making more sales than you thought on the other platforms.
Yeah.
Since we last spoke, have you seen any kind of increase in that, or is this pretty steady?
It's pretty much stayed the same, maybe dropped a little bit on Poshmark, but I haven't put many clothes on Poshmark. When we first started doing Poshmark, I put more kind of clothes, and really all I've been putting on Poshmark lately is the hats and electronics. So I really need to get back to finding some more clothes and putting them on Poshmark, and I think it's probably dropped like 2 or 3%, but I still pick up earbud sales on Poshmark and hat sales on Poshmark, and I don't think I would have sold like the Laurel Piana hat that I sold for $200 on Poshmark. I don't think that would have sold on eBay. I think it would have taken a lot longer. I just don't think eBay.
It was a better audience better audience for it at Poshmark.
Yeah, for sure.
And interesting side note, just a few days ago, my wife told Poshmark to kiss her ass. She quit.
Really?
She rage quit Poshmark.
Dude, that's 2 platforms that she's rage quitted, dude.
Well, she's reconsidering whatnot now because so many people have asked me about doing a purse show.
Really?
So if we do it together and I stand in front of the camera, she wants to do it. So.
Yeah, that is. I was literally just talking about my family's in town from California right now. They're staying for a couple days, and I was just telling my parents that that there's like really, I would say specifically like Amanda's side of sourcing. She when she has like curated her Depop to be much more like not brand related and more like style related. And so it's funny because you'll look at as like I'm taking photos of things that she sourced and so like that because everything's kind of, you know, on a combined account. And I'll look something up on eBay and it'll be like, you know, like a $7 item or, you know, like something not very impressive. And then she'll sell that same thing on Depop for like 25, you know? And that like what Steven was saying with things doing well on Poshmark that wouldn't have done well on eBay, it's the exact same thing. Probably with all of them is that there's certain things that are just going to do better on a different platform. But I'm trying to figure out whether it's best to have a consistent sell price that you list it at on all the platforms, even if an eBay comp is $7, you're still going to list it at that $25, or you know, have almost like a tiered approach or whatever, where you can list it for what you know it'll go for on a certain platform, but you're okay taking a little bit less, so you're going to list it above the market, but you know, still have it available for purchase on another platform as well. You know what I mean? So
see, I think in that regards, I think you keep the exposure and you keep that exposure across all the platforms. But I would definitely, in that regards, I would definitely price for the platform I think it's going to do best on.
Yeah.
And then use that price across all the others. If it sells across the others at that price, you've lost nothing. You've gained more. But you got a better chance in the market you're specifically attempting to sell in that way.
Yeah, that's where you know, because there's so many things that I obviously don't know about in women's clothing that you know, I mean, it's just like it's so crazy to me. Like some like this super plain small white tank top that to me is like I would never even look at that to pick that up is like, you know, a $20 tank top. And it sells really good too. And it's like, bro, I'm so lost.
Yeah, well, if you take your example of the Depop sale for 25, if you had tiered that to eBay at 7, you know, what if that $7 sells before the 25 sells?
Yeah, exactly.
You never get this opportunity then.
Yeah.
But if it's sitting over here on eBay at 25 and it sells there, no problem. You still hit that mark. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, our eBay has definitely been a little bit slow for sure. So our electronics flying. Like literally every weekend that I'm picking them up, they're gone by this next weekend. Like this week I've sold 4 Xboxes, you know.
And there he went.
And he's gone. Yeah, I agree. The electronics. Welcome back. I asked you if you charged your phone before we started.
I don't think he knows he's on.
GQ, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it.
There he is. No, we can't hear you.
All right. Well, I agree on the electronics. We'll wait on Fired Up. He'll be back soon because getting into the electronics category has really shown me a different kind of sell through because hats can take a while, but anytime when I'm listing earbuds now, it just seems, especially the higher end ones, it just doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to get an offer or an offer that you're willing to take.
Maybe. And I think that was a good deal for you to start with the branching out stuff, like onto the The small
you make it back?
electronic that you did.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. The freaking, they tried to censor me, dude, but they couldn't.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, GQ Barbecue made it in, and I don't think he liked your electronics talk.
Well, I don't know who GQ Barbecue is, but he sounds a little off the deep end
Yeah.
to be nice. This
Yeah.
is me being nice, dude. You're a little off the rails there, GQ Barbecue.
Yeah, let's tune into GQ's. When's your podcast, GQ? Shout it out.
Does he have a Oh, I was trying to look. Dude, I think he has a freaking. Is that a cow? Does he have a cow?
I think it's a cow.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. That guy kind of seems fresh, dude. I think we should invite him in.
You think so?
I think he kind of sounds awesome, dude. I think we should invite him in.
I think he's a little jealous.
Yeah, well, I'd be too. Yeah, our eBay has been definitely a little bit slower. I don't know if the algorithm is wondering, why the account that I started while we're listing such different items than what the store's been used to, or if that has anything to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it is strange. It's pretty strange. At least to me, it's strange.
Are you listing fewer items?
No, we're listing more items, but there's so many more women's items. And, I never, I probably listed 10 women's items the entire time I've done this. So, I don't know if the influx of women's items is doing anything to, because they're like, well, what in the world are you doing? Like I would be curious to know if you took all of those earbuds and you listed them on Hathouse.
I did.
I thought you listed them.
I did. I started there, but then I started putting them in Hathouse. I've got probably 300.
Have you noticed that they sell better on the place that you're like normally able to sell earbuds on better than Hathouse, or no?
I think they sold better over there.
Yeah, and that's why that's
why I'm like it's throttled.
Yeah,
because it's kept me at the same kind of. I'm up 10%, so I am up because I'm selling a few more higher dollar items, but I'm also. It's not as much as it should be, listing that many great earbuds. That's why I think it's throttled. And
I just wonder if you're like whatever the algorithm is for your account, if it gets so used to the things that it knows that you list, and then when you put a massive influx like 300 earbuds into a store that only has traditionally sold hats and a couple other small things here and there, if it's like what in the world's going on here, and if it's like not allowing it to get seen as much, or like I'm not, because it's funny because a lot of the things that I normally pick up and normally list and normally sell are selling just fine. But, a lot of the things that I'm taking over from Amanda's other store, or things that we haven't had listed or whatever and are now listing it on there that aren't things that I would traditionally ever pick up, they're, getting little to no views and also little to no sales for those. So, I just wonder if you need, just basically play the game of just continue to just keep hammering on, and then eventually it'll recognize that you're, selling different items, and it'll allow people to view it.
So,
people to view them in the way that you're accustomed to people, viewing your stuff.
Right.
So
you're suggesting that eBay sees his influx and then gets like Scooby-Doo-ish and goes, "Zoinks! He's doing too much listening."
This guy is completely out of control, dude. That's that's literally so funny. Oh gosh,
I can see eBay sitting back now like, "Zoinks! What's he doing?" I don't know, Ruben.
Yeah, I don't know because it's the same thing with the whole, like, if you list every day super consistent, your 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever items you list, you're going to have a consistent amount of sales. And if you don't and you go on vacation for a week and a half and you don't list anything, you're not going to get that many sales. It's not because you don't still have 1,000 things for sale on your store. You know what I mean? It's just
Yes.
that they're driving that traffic. And then so I have no proof of it. I've done no research about it. It's the only thing that makes sense to me is that we're listing such different things than what has normally been on that account. And so, whatever the algorithm they use to, drive traffic to your store for these specific things is like having kind of a tough time deciphering what you're wanting to do.
Did these things that you're listed now under your account sell better under Amanda's account?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that Amanda was always like the best eBayer, So she's always been a very good Depop.
I get that, but you know as well as I do that we all have saved sellers, and when we see those things from that seller come up, we look at them differently than, like, say, if I'm a lady and they're looking at a fireman listing a bunch of women's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a psychological thing as well. So
I think eBay is expecting you to try to drive your own traffic, whether it's with repeat buyers or the social side of things now too. It's either that or and I have a lot of repeat buyers on the hat side. And so I know that pushes a lot of my sales and keeps me consistent a lot of days, because I might have 8 or 10 repeat hat buyers in one day. Which one?
Yeah, and that's why they allow you to save sellers and get notifications of listings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Yeah. Because it could be just like what Darren said, is that it could be the summer slowdown for sure. Just I don't remember last summer being, I guess, as slow. You know what I mean? Even though it's still doing fine. It's not like, totally in the dumps where it's like, oh my God, like just nothing ever is selling. We're still getting consistent stuff. It's just I kind of went into it with the mindset of upping the daily listings from, like, I basically always just stuck at a standard 5 was a minimum. And then if I had like a bunch of inventory that I picked up that week, then maybe it would be 7, 8, or 10, or whatever. Right. But I always basically stuck to, like, I would list 5 things a day pretty religiously. You know what I mean? And so now I guess I kind of just went into it thinking, well, shoot, if I'm listing 15 or 20 things, you know what I mean? Then, like, you would think that your sales would, even if they don't triple, they go up by 50%, you know what I mean? Or something of the sorts. And it's kind of just been basically what it's always been. But there's just more items.
Take a little bit of time. That is not, I do know that is not something that you see overnight, or even it's almost a 3. I feel more like it's a 3-month process whenever you're really increasing from, whether we started with like 10 listings a day, and then 20, and then 50, and then at 50 we would get about 30 to 35 sales, and then we take it back down to 25, would get around 20 to 25 sales a day. And so but to get there, it was almost like 2 or 3 months to catch up to whatever you were doing. So I think you're a little impatient, but
definitely
there is probably a little, and the algorithm's got to catch up a little bit too.
Yeah. You guys know that by now. I'm like super impatient. I don't let shit sit here for like all that long before I'm like, all right, it's going on whatnot, or like, all right, it's going whatnot somewhere else. Like,
gotta put it on whatnot.
Yeah. I'm always like, dude, unless that shit is awesome, dude, it's it's freaking gonna be tossed into a death pile show or some shit. So
awesome, like all these hats behind me.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, look at this one right here. Can you see it?
Dude, I have my phone, so it's like everything's so small. Oh, actually,
That is
I guess I can see it on the computer.
Oh,
That is an
low
Astral putter's hat.
Gap dropped a great point. He is an auctioneer. My biggest piece of advice is to get to know your local auction companies. Most do not like to sell clothes, hats,
Wow,
etc. If you let them know you'll buy it, they will call you.
Key piece of advice right there.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's actually
Logan.
super good. Yeah, I got to figure out.
I got
the
three
auction
right
company.
around me.
Like he's talking about like in-person auctions where you go and you hold up a number and do it like that.
Yeah, I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the ones we have around here mostly furniture and just that kind of bigger stuff. But
yeah.
I'm sure they can't auction off one piece of clothing at a time or want to do one hat at
Exactly.
a time. So
Well, I think if Logan would chime in on this, but I believe they probably do them in lots.
yeah.
I wonder, are they getting? Are they like post estate type of things, or are people bringing them items to auction off, or like I wonder how they're acquiring whatever they're going to auction, or you know what I mean? Like if it's not the Meekum freaking auto auctions or whatever, like
Right.
you know.
I think it's kind of a mix. I think it's both. Some estates just go straight to auction, and then some probably work through the estate sale first, and then they try to auction it off.
Yeah, that's actually some that's actually some good advice. I'll be doing some cold calls.
Let us
You know
know.
what I mean? Yeah, dude, get on my freaking get with my
report
local
back.
auctioneer, dude. We'll become best friends, dude. We'll go out and drink beers and shit.
Yeah. You got any banties?
Hey, man, can I come in your house?
Oh, that's literally so funny, dude. Yeah, I need to go to that guy's house again. I haven't done
I
that
think
yet.
I could come in your house.
Yeah, dude. Freaking it has have you been pretty consistent on eBay, Rob, or no?
No, hell no. I told you.
Yeah, you're more of just like
once I hit that
list when you have
once
time
I
or
hit-
whatever, right?
Yeah, once I hit that wall, or I can't really call it a wall, but once I hit that block of golf vacations, it takes me forever to get restarted because with the weekly whatnots, I gotta crank it back up fast once I get back, and it's like, oh my god, and then I gotta get ready for the next trip, and then I gotta get back and do it again. So it takes me a minute, at least a good month, to get cranked back up with the eBay stuff. But I will say this: I have been making sales. Just
Even
sold
not listing anything?
a Howler button-down shirt. Went out.
Howler
How's it go?
Brothers.
Howler
40 to
Brothers,
50?
Yeah, I think it was 45. If I can find it.
Howler Brothers, great brand.
Mm-hmm.
I sold one for like $100. It had like big alligators on it. That was a great shirt.
Big alligators on the breasts.
45.
Yeah.
45. That was it right there.
That's pretty plain Jane. That's a good one.
Well, you go. The action was back here.
Was that Texas?
It has a nice, beautiful. Yeah, it was a H bar V-Tech there. It has a pattern all over it. You can't really see it.
I thought it was that.
Yeah.
I thought it was that candle thing that the religious light.
No,
for a certain
it's
time
not a
of year.
menorah. It's not a menorah.
I will tell you, Howler Brother hats are only like $10 to $15.
But
They're
they
not
are
that
cool.
great.
I
They
got
are
one to
cool.
keep. I got one for personal. But yes, I agree with what you're saying. I don't buy them to sell them, but they are really cool hats. I bought one, and it's an awesome hat.
And a lot of times they come in strap back too, like Velcro back. I don't know why.
I think the one I got is a snap.
Is it? The Howler Brother makes some cheap hats, but some great shirts.
Yeah, that
As far
was
as I remember.
literally my least favorite hat.
This is my new favorite hat right here.
the Sasquatch Fest.
Squatch Fest.
Squatch Fest.
You've been watching too many of those
The
gorilla
AI videos?
AI
With the-
videos,
yeah.
Hey,
haven't
dude,
you?
my
he is
God.
up in that area of the country where they're freaking all about looking for some squatches, dude.
Oh, we got to. Well, Jeep and Bigfoot. Come on. Hand in hand,
Yeah,
brother.
dude. Yeah, you need a
Jeep and
freaking
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot little rubber ducky.
I do.
All right, AI and reselling. I actually really impressed. I got on this new Posh Sidekick, there is a listing feature there, and I was pretty impressed by how well it AI listed my items. So check this out. I'm gonna try to load this up here. Oh, I forget. So I took a picture of this Charlotte Hornets hat, right? And I uploaded, like I do every single one of them. And all I did was upload the pictures. And the AI went through, this is how it titled it. It didn't do great on the title, but you'll see by the description that it knew exactly what was in here. So this is getting close. It titled it at this Charlotte Hornets hat, unisex, new era hat, cap, size 7.5, teal and purple. I would not use that title, but in the bottom in the description it said this pre-owned new era 5950 Charlotte Hornets hardwood classic fitted cap size 7.5. So it's close. I mean, it is really close to taking a picture of an item, writing a good title and a great description. And it came down and gave it a decent starting sell price, $20. And I never used the original selling price. It doesn't matter, but it's not a horrible listing price that it popped all of that in there just by loading the pictures, and it wrote all that without anything else. And it did pretty good.
Cool.
Dude, I think
So that's well.
I watched watched or listened or read, I can't remember, one of the two, three. That people were putting 4 or 5, whatever, dude. Maybe I freaking dreamed about it. But freaking that people were putting their photos into Chat GPT and telling it, hey, create me an eBay listing for this item. And they copied that and pasted it right into the into the eBay listing. So
Right. Well, I think you got three things going on there. Everybody thinks that the AI listings eBay does is kind of
they're
fluffy
zonked, dude. They're horrible.
fluffy junk.
Yeah.
And Steven's saying that he's very interested in what he's getting back from the Sidekick tool. And now you're talking about ChatGPT as another avenue. So a lot of interest.
So Steven, how fast? Because you obviously list the most out of us three. How fast, on average, do you think it takes you to photograph and list a hat? Or actually, I'm sorry, like just the actual listing part, not the photograph, just the actual computer work of listing. If you had to
60 seconds, I can list the hat in 60 seconds.
So 1 minute.
Yeah, unless I have to do price. It's just a basic at it. If it that I know I'm gonna price it at $20 or $30 or $40. If I have to look it up, then it could take me a little bit longer. But typically it's about the same. It's really close. If Mary takes pictures of 25 hats, I can list them in about the same amount of time as it takes to picture it. And I don't know that AI will be able to do it any faster yet, because like I said, I'd have to rearrange that title a little bit and I'd have to kind of move stuff around. So I don't know if that would be any faster than I can do it, but it's pretty darn close. It's close.
It should be able to be trained by you doing the initial photo upload. it creating the initial title, and then over the course of time, you going back and changing enough titles the way that you would actually do it, it should be able to like learn that this is the way that you want it to be done, and then be able to incorporate that information into, you know, future things. So you'll just be able to go into this app, only upload the photos, and then it would do every single thing for you and list it. So the only thing that you're actually having to do manually is just take the photos and then just upload the photos to this thing. You know what I mean? Like, it
That's
should be
where
able to
we're really-
learn.
That's what we're really close to. I mean, I think I haven't read anything. I would think that maybe a year or two from now, I think it's going to be that. It's just going to be taking pictures and uploading it.
And it's basically because you have that. I think it's basically because you have the service. So now it's dedicated to you solely. It's a bit about what Darren's saying. So if you go back in, can you tell it, hey, I want you to talk about this aspect more, and then get a different result, kind of like you can in Chat GPT. You know, you could tell it, hey, talk more about the size of the hat or the quality of the materials in the hat, and then it'll regenerate the listing for you. As Darren was saying that he uses Chat GPT to do his listings for him.
Yeah, I do for the earbuds that I'm doing. I talked a little bit about that a couple of episodes ago, but yeah, I told it, write me a eBay SEO title. I'm going to put in a model number for an earbud, write me a title, give me all the specifications and all the item specifics, tell me which ones it has. And I just had to work the prompt a little bit, tell it, oh, I do want this in the title, I don't want that in the title. And now all I have to do in that prompt is just type in a model number for any earbud, and it spits me out exactly what I want on that side.
And that's great. And then I think what you're experiencing now with the Sidekick is it's actually making the listing and filling in.
Right. That's why I think this is going to get really close to that by just uploading this picture, I don't know why it would write a title like that though. Why would you start anything with unisex New Era hat? It doesn't make sense.
Because as Mike was saying, it needs to learn. You know, that's basically what it's got for information.
Yeah.
It's determining. So it's got to learn. Yeah. It's got to learn the nuances of that. But I think, you know, if it's going to be spitting out pretty close descriptions where all I got to do is change the name and tweak it a little bit, how much that increases.
That's why are you able to input any more information into it? Like, are you able to say, hey, use the most searched words in eBay title at the beginning of the title? Or, you know what I mean? Or like, or some form of that, like, interjection to be able to kind of give it a guide?
Not that I found. I haven't found that. Well, that's where I think this Sidekick needs to move. You need to be able to tailor their AI a little bit to like you want it. And where you could tell Chat GPT, or I use Gemini sometimes, Google Gemini. You need to be able to tell it in a prompt, hey, do this instead of that. And if you could do that on this, if I could say, hey, put the team name first when you do this,
right,
then I and it can't be that far off to you being able to fix that and to kind of have your own little prompt in there.
Yeah.
So it's not far.
Mike, Google Gemini's on Android if you didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just to let you know.
Listen, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't get
bringing
my phone
you into the fold, my friend.
Sorry that I don't get my phone from the government. I don't know what to tell you.
Gemini seems pretty close to ChatGPT. Same thing. Grok is a little weird.
You boys out there listening have no idea the struggle of having to be in a group chat filled with green chats. It is literally the most annoying part of my entire life. As a matter of fact, of all things going on in my life, it's number one. So get you
Well,
an
we'll
apple.
let you stay anyway.
But Darren,
I don't
if
know what
Darren's still
this is,
if Darren's
Darren.
still in here, I do want to know, because he said that he's been using ChatGPT to list his items for the last month. How how, how much quicker are you? How much quicker is it for you to list an item using a ChatGPT title, or using, all the things that ChatGPT will give you for that listing, versus just doing like the normal sold comp, kind of change what needs to be changed and then shooting that off. You know what I mean? Because uh I mean, it's not a bad idea, but if it's taking longer, especially if it's taking longer, like I'm out, um,
Right. A lot of
because
the
one picture.
earbuds I still do sell similar too,
Yeah,
because I already have everything's in there. I'm not going to rewrite this title of something that uh, all the item specifics are already been checked off, and I don't have to redo all that stuff. So, but it's pretty amazing how close it's getting. And I don't know.
It's
Do you guys you use Vindu, right, Mike?
yeah, yeah. I can't give you like a really good breakdown. Like, give me like a month with it, and then I'll be able to give you, like, because we have the most expensive unlimited, that whole thing. So like around this time next month or whatever, I'll probably be able to give you guys a good, like, whether I personally think that it's a valuable thing if you're listing more than 600 items a month, or if there's things about it that just the juice isn't worth the squeeze. But
Yeah.
we haven't had it long enough to like really yeah. I mean, we've
And
been getting good sales on Poshmark and on Depop as well, and it seems as so far in the 2.5 weeks or a couple weeks or whatever that we've had it, it seems like it hasn't missed any delistments, but so far it seems all right. But
yeah, and full disclosure on me, the Posh Sidekick, they do let me use it for free. I just have to talk about how good it is every now and then. And I thought it worked really well into showing off the AI part that it had for this episode. They want me to dig into something I really don't want to, which is they have the option to do like the erase the background, and I'm not going to waste time doing that. I don't think I'll ever do that. It seems like such a waste of time, and the picture actually ends up looking worse to me on
does it leave it
background.
just white, or does it?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, just because
Yeah.
I don't.
I think
I've
the
never
ones
done it.
that just erase the background and leave it white are just the
Yeah.
weirdest looking photos.
Yeah, they look terrible. Like eBay, that's what eBay does, right? When you can use their own background
believe so.
eraser,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just leaves it white, and it looks.
I mean, I'd rather you blur it
Yeah,
than erase it. Blur the background and at least something there to distract. Set it off. But
put it on a sandy beach or something.
yeah, I want my background of my shirts and stuff like that to be riding a freaking humpback whale, dude. So we actually have quite a few listings that are white. The background's been whited out. I think a lot of those, like, the photos were taken outside and stuff like that before there was like a dedicated photo area. But
And what, the neighbors were present or something?
I don't know.
Were your feet in the pictures?
No, I don't.
Did you?
I've never
barefoot?
whited out any of my backgrounds, so
Yeah.
they're just some from the other stuff that has been whited out. So does that? I'm just freaking. I'm just out here existing. You know what I mean? I'm like, very good. I'm like, yeah, dude, it looks great.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm like, freaking, No, I think it's just it's a good thing if you're, in a, like you're at a college dorm or something like that, and you're having to take photos on your bed or something, But I don't. I like just having. I personally just like having a real background. Whether that's your desk or, you actually have a place to set up and take photos or not, then
I think so too. I think that's how I exist I think that's how I'll stand out in the whole earbud world too. Is I don't want to have a generic like stock looking photo like everybody else has. I want them to know that that's what they're getting.
yeah, it's like an
Yeah,
actual
that
real
background
item. I
picture
have it
for
really
the
in my
photo.
possession.
Yep.
Yeah, Brandon pays for the photo room app, and I will say, I believe Vendu does it, and I believe Depop does it and stuff like that. We did have photo room, for a little bit, and to me, of all three of those, that one seemed to do it, the best.
Yeah. Photo room is
But
awesome.
yeah, but I still am just like, dude, I don't know, I like having the background, even if it's just the typical like gray carpet looking on a board type of deal. That's kind of that's just kind of how I like it, you know. But it also
Well,
kind of it does add more
I would
consistency when you do it another way.
never shoot my shit on a gray carpet. Never.
Well, what do you use?
A white background. Totally white background. I erased the whole thing.
Oh, you white out your shit.
No, I'm just messing with you, Mike.
Oh.
Because I know you have a gray background.
Dude, I was gonna say, dude, you're about to I'm whatever, dude. If I just start randomly crying, dude, mind your business.
Are we gonna fight over white backgrounds?
He's like, I don't white out my background. I just dedicate a whole room that is as white as humanly possible, and I just throw shit in there.
I hang it in the middle of the room and
Yeah,
take a
dude.
center picture.
Yeah, that's like the room that friggin' Jesus literally went to heaven in. It's so white, and that's where I do all my shit at.
All right. That probably means it's time for
It's BOLO time.
Oh, I sense it coming on right now.
it's here.
Can you hear it
Oh.
still?
Nope. I can't hear it.
Hey, does Brandon have a non-MacBook, non-iPhone?
No.
Do you have an Android?
No, he says that he hears it.
He can probably, yeah, let you hear it.
I'm sure it can. Because you're gaslighting. You've been gaslighting me for 3 weeks over this. I'm positive.
Oh, that's so
what you
funny.
do. All
Brandon,
right.
you can confirm, right, that there's no sound playing through this phone other than their voice. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is none.
Well, it's time for BOLOs. What do you got?
All right, here, I'll go first real quick because my phone. I'm using my phone, so I can't obviously show my phone. So let me take it off real quick so I can show you. Here we go. Let's switch it around real quick. Camera. Oh god. Oh god, dude. Here we go. Back. Okay. Here's my BOLO. I sold it a while ago. Can you guys see that?
Not really. It looks like some sort of electronics.
Yeah. No. It's a vintage espresso machine. I got that at a estate sale for it was $20, and it was on a Sunday. It was like late on a Sunday too, like towards the end. And I brought it home. I cleaned it up. It worked and everything, and that's what it ended up selling for.
$415.
$415. Obviously, that was last year, but yeah. And I got it for $20. So do not sleep on your.
Well, what's the brand, Mike?
It is. Oh, sorry. It's called. Here, let me go back. I'll just.
You can
I'll
just
put
read
you
it.
guys. Yeah, I'll put you guys back in that thing. It is called. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right. Rancillo. It is spelled Rancilio. Rancillo Silva. And it was steel. You could tell that it was old. And they came with a couple accessories. Even the ones that were for parts not working were over $100. And they sold, like that one sold, and the sell-through rate on and like really, really good. So that one sold in it was just a couple of days from when I got it, and and cleaned it and all that other stuff.
So
and,
was it like commercial grade? Do you think?
dude? No, it was just like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know all that much about espresso
You just
machines,
knew
but
it sold for a lot.
well, this is the thing: is that when you pick it up, it's heavy. It's super heavy. So I'm like, well, this thing's it's got to be and like, of course, I looked it up while I was there for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and the best part about this specific item was that my town, it's a huge town, so probably like a lot of towns, our estate sales are super competitive for like all of the very obvious things. You know what I mean? You're not going to go there this was like on a Sunday at 3 p.m., dude. Like, the estate sale was over in an hour, like forever. So, it's super competitive for all the things people know about and a lot of things people don't. So the fact that it was there, at the very, very end of a 3 or 4 day sale just shows you that, there's not a lot of people that are out there, like really looking at that kind of stuff. So, and like I always say, I love vintage hats. I love tees. I love all this other stuff. The chances of you finding a $400 hat or shirt, I'm telling you right now, is not as good as you finding a $400 espresso machine or camera or, there's like all of these other things. So, that's why it's fun to just be able to grab whatever sells great, so.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cool.
What you got, Coach?
I got a couple since, we're now deep into, or in the swing of yard sales and estate sales. Check out this Entertaining by Martha Stewart 1982 hardcover first edition. Look at this thing. Martha in her finest. Now look at the
She's
price.
a baddie, dude.
That was like pre Snoop Dogg, right?
That was $100 book.
Wow.
So, look at the old books that are laying around. First editions often fetch a nice price at sometimes. Now for Mikey, I got this other one. Genuine Samsung Nuon enhanced video game DVD players. Enhanced DVD players. Look at the range of prices these have sold for.
I used to sell quite a few DVD players when I first started.
Yeah. And of course, all you guys down in Florida, you see that, you grab it.
Where is Seminole? I don't even know.
It's in Seminole County.
Is it?
Orlando area, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think it's actually in Orlando. I'll double check for you real quick. But I wanted to bring a couple that you could probably find at your local yard sale or estate sale now that we're deep into it.
Yeah, that's Seminole and what, Stream Song?
Juno Beach.
Juno Beach, yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Juno Beach.
I've literally never heard of her. I will tell you, before Steven gets to his, I did get I didn't get bamboozled, but it was like my own like lack of knowledge or whatever. This weekend at the flea market, I know less than nothing about vinyl records. Literally less than nothing. I knew nothing about it. And so I did see an NWA vinyl record though, and I was like, well, that's cool. I was like, I couldn't tell you if it was worth 10 cents or $10,000. I have no idea. But I was like, I'm going to buy it because it was $3 or whatever it was. And if it sucks, then I was like, it's going to go back there on the wall because it was like, and the cover's awesome. So I get it home, right? Well, I look on the back real quick and it says like, 1989 or whatever, like whatever year that record originally came out, the Straight Outta Compton record. And so I'm like, well, that's freaking sick. I get it home, dude. Not only does it sell great, but it's like, it's like $150 record. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, this is about to be, I'm like, I freaking scored, dude. I'm a genius. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I got an eye for these kind of things. What I didn't read is just to the right of that initial date, it says 2013. And I'm like, well, that's not sick. So a record that was like $150, dude, was literally, I think I did sell it crazy fast. I sold it in like one day, but it was a $15 record. So, yeah, I just thought it was funny because I was like,
better than $3.
Yeah, I was high up though, dude. I was like, yeah, let's go.
I thought
dude,
you were
got
gonna
me
say
some.
like Taylor Swift was in there or something.
Oh, dude, no.
Where's
I
a
was like,
different record?
dude, I was freaking stoked though, dude. I was telling
Yeah.
all the boys at the flea market, I was like, I got an NWA record, dude. Like, I'm fucking doing it. And it ended up being like one of their remasters or whatever.
Mikey's buying repops.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, well, just because it's like I don't even have enough knowledge on records to like read the entire back to figure out what's going on, you know. So it was still cool though. I still made a couple bucks and it was still a good experience.
Tell Brandon not to put that one there. No, that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy is freaking. Dude, I can't wait for you guys to see the whole thing. I've been trying to like not put out the. I tried to not put that wall on, but it's kind of hard to. It looks sick.
You could.
All right,
you could erase the background to white.
Yeah, you're right. I could.
My first one, I actually flipped from Fired Up Finds, a T-shirt.
Dude, this is the
one of his
worst.
yeah.
Oh,
$60 for the Queensryche. I don't remember what I paid. I don't think it was $60.
I should have bought that. It's my favorite group growing up.
Really?
really?
Yeah, and that's my size. Yeah.
Damn, dude. You knew I was running that.
No, I did not.
Huh.
Yeah, Fired Up did say I would get 100 for it. I didn't quite get it.
That's what the comps were. Am I wrong?
It just took a minute. I took 60. So there
bad.
you go. Band T-shirt. Hathouse sells them.
Oh,
every
That's
now
not
and then.
bad. And yes, I do find satisfaction on putting some food on the table, the hat house table, dude.
I appreciate it. Here you go. I told you all about this brand, right? To be looking for it. And I sold another one, a Jabra Elite. Went for $90 on that one. And whoops. I'm hitting the wrong buttons over here.
Yeah.
So always look for these Jabras. They're awesome. And I got one more. I thought. What was this one? Oh, Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds, $100 in 12 minutes. I think it was. And these are the same ones that I tried to give away. Remember when I did the I was going to give away this earbud instead of the other one, I advertised some Beats that were like worth 30 or 40 bucks.
They took the fake ones, right?
Yeah, they took the fake ones, and they were the same ones. These are $100 earbuds. So the Bose are amazing, great brand, and they sell.
I'm waiting for it to get here.
Should I give away some Bose in my hat raid train?
Oof.
We'll see.
Maybe some Jabra.
Yes. Yes, because yes, I do want to win them.
All right, guys. When's your next show, Coach?
All right. As you can see, the setup behind me is ready Saturday at 7:00. All golf hats, all night long.
Running the golf hats. $5.
Let's go, dude.
$5 starts, right?
$5 starts. Not a penny less, not a penny more. It will go to where it goes.
Yeah, dude.
You're tomorrow night, right? Fired Up?
Yeah, dude. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got. I don't even know. I probably have 100 hats or so. So I'll rip those off at $3. And yeah, there's cool stuff. There's sports specialties. There's truckers. There's freaking, all kinds of snapbacks. There's all kinds of shit. So, yeah.
Bangers on whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm still building up. I'm gonna have a good raid train. I'll probably have 30 great hats. Since it's been so long since I've even done whatnot, I think I'll have some good ones. That's a good flat cap right there.
Yeah, that is a good flat cap. Blood Rose, huh?
Oh yeah.
Dude, you look so fresh, dude.
I don't know. I like that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Dude,
you're definitely a
The
forward guy.
backwards flat cap is such a power move, dude.
Well, that's when
That's literally so sick.
that's when I put on the Kangol.
Dude, that's so gas. I love that.
That's what I put
really
on the
love that.
Kangol.
You definitely look French.
Dude, you look like you're you look like you're doing some street paintings, dude.
Yes.
And then if it's frontwards, dude, then he looks like he's in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd rather be
That is
in
really
Peaky
so awesome.
Blinders. Here's
Oui,
one.
oui.
This one's definitely a backwards one.
Before we bounce up out of here, dude, should we show off the wall real quick?
Let's check it out.
All right. Let's see. Oh, the thing is,
If you're in podcast land, Fired Up is finishing his little what are you calling
It's called
it?
the playpen. The playpen.
The playpen.
playpen.
No, not that one there. Oh, Brandon.
Let me check out some of this decor.
Bucket Mike. It's my favorite.
Look at those two.
They still need to be wiped down.
Got the old freaking band logo up there, dude. You guys already know what's up. Yeah, dude. Hey, where are those? Oh, dude, these are from the 30s, right?
40s, 50s.
These are from the 40s and 50s. They're old crate advertisements.
Right.
Like, dude, all these, like, he animated a bunch of like photos of us.
Right.
That's when we got engaged. Look at that, dude. This freaking guy is an absolute maniac, dude. Beast.
Those are badass.
Yeah. So that's looking good for the old freaking stream tomorrow. Whoa, shit. I'm running into shit. Boom. We're back. So hell yeah.
I've been on a whatnot hiatus. I'll do
Me
my
too, dude.
best.
This is my first one since over a month. I think the last one that I did was the 24th of last month.
Yeah, you have. So it's the first show from the playpen too.
First show from the playpen, dude. It's gonna be freaking gas, dude. I'm pretty sure my mom and my sister, dude, are gonna do some guest runs, dude. Oh, yeah.
How
it
much
should be fun.
this?
You can't miss it, dude.
I have to, Mike. It's my 32nd wedding anniversary, man.
Dude, listen, don't blame me for that, okay? Like I'm just like, I think she'll understand.
Okay, I'll roll it by her. Let's see what happens.
Hey, just call in sick to it, dude.
That's an idea. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm sick.
Thank you. So,
All right,
boys.
guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in and listening today. Make sure and catch us on the podcast land or on YouTube. And just like Oregon Coastal dropped what he wanted to hear in this episode, hit us up with a comment or email me or leave a comment what you'd like to hear us on the next episode of Raiders of Reselling. We like to cover it all from whatnot to eBay.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys
Oh.
soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye now.